And we're live. Good evening. Buddy Carfano in here really early. Daniel Morrissey's here. Dean Stevenson's here. Dean Stevenson says, Buddy Carfano's everywhere. And then he says, don't swing too hard on the barber's pole. I've thought of doing some crazy things, but I never did that. I'd be afraid. I'd get kicked out of the barber shop. So, Daniel Morrissey, do people swing on the barber's pole? Buddy Carpon here, right at on the hour. Shadowman UDX 435, right here at, I want to say 8 o'clock on the hour. Mexican Spec on the hour. Mr. Bread on the hour. Carbide Jones on the hour. So, Kim's almost here.
Did you say Buff Del Campo here?
Buff Del Campo here. I don't think I said that.
You're supposed to say that.
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't think
You're supposed to say that.
I don't think I said that. And Kim is here.
Okay.
So, yeah, I have, oh, you're already changing it. Oh, okay, you're making us big.
Just for a moment.
And D-Man is here.
Hi, everyone.
And Luis is here. Wow, we get the crowd here real early. This is pretty good.
I mean, it's start time.
And I have I'm drinking something different tonight.
Man, I could have slept right through the stream tonight.
Island Punch. Kim's like,
it's fashionably late.
She likes to walk in. And silly old bloke from Aussie that I think is, I think that's Tavo. Pendejo. I just hate to say that. I'm more polite than that.
Welcome, everybody. Everyone who's here already gets 3 points.
Guess
3
what?
points.
We already have a yellow stripe.
And if you are watching the stream after the stream, as so many people have, it seems like more than double the number of people are watching later on, when they get around to it in the next couple of days. So welcome, people who are here after the stream. Glad to have you. Hopefully you will be entertained. We will try to read the names of the people with their comments. So because you might not be able to watch the chat replay, but if you are able to watch the chat replay, there's a lot going on there. So we try to make that available to you, but not every platform does that very well.
Good evening, Dougster. Dougster popped in.
And now you have some points because all the people who are watching after got 2 points. And the points happen when you do something good that I like, right? Then I award points and you keep track of the points. It's an on your honor system. I don't got a database. I don't got a spreadsheet. But
400 points for everybody. Yeah, that would devalue the points, all right.
Yeah, no, you can't give out points like
just
that.
big inflation.
Yeah, and there's enough inflation. D-Man is selling Kim points. I see.
I wonder what they're for. They're probably worth 17 Mexican Spec points each.
That's right. You can exchange them from what I hear. And they've done away with those tariffs. So now the exchange rate is yeah.
What can you spend your point on? You only have 1 point? No, you just got 2. There's a Subaru out front.
I've got these stretchy hair bands. They're not used. They're unused. Brandy new. You can snap your Buff Del Campo with them.
There's a Subaru out front that we will not ship it to you, but you can come get it for 50 points.
Yeah. I have used Gatorade bottles. The Gatorade bottles are the nice thick ones. Got a bunch of those.
That's why you save those so many. Yeah, I mean, they're nice, but you buy a lot of that, so we got a lot of them.
We have our own brand of signal fluid, flasher fluid.
Oh,
you need to refill your flashers.
And Bruce Colchin's here. I want to bring something up before it gets too late. Down at the bottom, there's a red line when you're doing a live. And if that red line is all the way over to the right, you're up to date. You're listening to the current, like within the current few seconds. If that red line is going back You are in the past somewhere, and you got to grab that red line and bring it to the front,
See what?
and then you're caught up again. Because like last week, there was somebody making comments. It was like a half hour ago, and it's like I knew they were thinking they were live, and they were like, half hour behind. So just keep that in mind. Luis, Pontiac Firebird Transat, Pontiac Firebird Formula. What is that thing? WS6. It's a Pontiac Firebird Formula, not a Trans Am, but very similar.
Breadman says he would take the Subaru, but he's not a lesbian with purple hair and a vape pen. Well,
Let me
you
say
could
something
get
about
purple
Subarus.
hair and a vape pen.
Let me say something. I worked in an aerospace kind of place that was a defense contractor. We had 4 engineers there that worked pretty close together on aerospace stuff, and these were young guys, and 3 of those guys owned Subarus that were really fast. And I kind of laughed. I said, I guess if you're an engineer, you got to have a Subaru. And they all agreed. They were, they really liked those things. The 4th engineer had what's that little Pontiac sports car? 4-cylinder engine up front, 2-seat thing. But anyway, I always thought the Subarus were owned by engineers till I heard that at some point in my life.
Um,
And Barrows is here.
Incidentally, point of order. If you've ever watched Buff's Garage channel, not this Buff, not Buff Del Campo, but Buff's Garage, he has a lady friend who has a Subaru, and I am not implying that she is anything except has a Subaru, and they just did some work on it. And then when she was done, she painted it with rainbow stripes and spots so it would look like a trout, like a rainbow trout. I thought that was very creative.
Yes, it was a solstice.
Crafty.
It was a solstice.
A Pontiac solstice?
Yeah, the 4th engineer had a solstice.
Oh.
He came in to me one day. He didn't know much about cars. I don't know. Got an engineering degree. Not a car guy. Came in to me. He goes, "There's a grinding sound up front. Can you ride in my car?" I said, "It's probably the front brakes." He goes, "No, it's not the brakes." He goes, "I want you to ride in it. Tell me what it is." So we get in the car. We're not even out of the parking lot. He steps on the brakes up front. And I said, "It's the front brakes." He goes, No. I said, "Just stop the car. Let me out." I go around there, and I stick my finger in between the, the spokes. In between the spokes, and I run my finger on there. And I said, "See that? Ruffles have ridges. You got metal to metal brakes." Really? So he spent money on 4 rotors, pads, 4 calipers. I go, "What are you doing?" And he paid somebody to put them on. I don't know. Dexter, rainbow trout is mucho tasty fish and pretty too. Well, see, I didn't know they were pretty. She showed me that picture. I go, "What is that? What is that paint job?" She goes, "Well, it's a trout."
Mexican Spec says, and I think this was obvious, but some people buy Subarus for the 4-wheel drive capability in bad weather. Yeah, well, I mean, lesbians buy them because they're have 4-wheel drive and they're good in bad weather because they're prepared.
I don't know. I don't know where that came from. It's
I
like there's other cars that are, man, there's a little Hyundai. What's a little tiny Hyundai? I don't know if it's a 2-seater or 4-seater with little tiny back seats. Somebody will tell me what that thing is. But I kind of liked it. And my youngest son says to me, "What? You like that? That's a girl's car." I go, "Why is it a girl's car? I think that'd be fun to drive." He goes, "No, you don't want to drive that. It's a girl's car." Mark Sauvé's here.
D-Man says the salt rots them bad. Yeah, Subarus are notorious for some of the way they're constructed. There's lots of little parts in the suspension and stuff like that, and the coatings don't last. I mean, nothing really lasts in the salt very well, but the Subarus do come apart. But they're good cars.
Yeah, but there's no salt here, so this one isn't rotten at all. Actually, this isn't a bad car. It needs some engine work.
Yeah, no, it's not rotten at all, but
D-Net, why you don't see old Subarus in the USA? Oh, down here, out west, like southwest, like Arizona, they're all over the place. Tiburon, that's it.
They don't all have purple hair. Some of them have blue hair, or pink hair, or other color hair.
The
Stereotypes really aren't all that funny. They're amusing, I suppose.
The car that I really liked, Mark Sauvé knew it, Tiburon. I always wanted to drive. Still have never driven one, but I always wanted to drive one. And this is like 10 years ago. He goes, you can't get it. You don't want to drive that. It's a girl's car.
Subaru with the tin can resonator, 1,200 horsepower. That's right. Turbo Subaru with tin can.
I need to scooch you this way. I'm looking around to the chat. There. Now I'm not looking around the screen to the chat. I don't know how that happens. It seems to happen every week.
I'll just go back to sitting in the corner.
Well, don't sit in the corner. Just scoot a little closer to me.
Anyways, I'm going to finish on with the introduction, and then maybe we'll start the show. What do you think? Hi, everybody. I'm Kim of Kim Fixes Things. You can find me also on YouTube at Kim Fixes Things, but it's more historical at this point than active because mostly I'm here at the Buff Del Campo channel. Buff Del Campo channel, which is where you are right now, and it's called that because of Buff Del Campo, the host of your show. And we are here tonight to entertain you live from Clarksville, Tennessee. We're live Tuesday nights. We come on right around the time, hopefully, that the Kiwi channel is ending out. And yeah, here to entertain you. We'll talk about cars, trucks, and I don't know, tractors. What else do we talk about? All kinds of
CB
automotive
radios.
CB radios. That's
Sometimes
right.
CB radios.
Yeah. Automotive adjacent stuff. And it is a picture show. We use our magical green screen to show pictures. And we ask you to email pictures to buffdelcampo@gmail.com. And we want to see, we usually make a topic, and that gives everybody the open door to send us something that they like, they hate, they remember, they forget, want to forget, those kinds of things. The topic tonight is the year 1996, but we always want to see your car regardless of what year it is. If you haven't shown us a picture of your car, or 2 or 3, please send them in. And in addition to that, like real life stuff, because there's all this AI and fake stuff and pump and whatever. Just send us real picture of you, your friend, your cat, your shop, your vacation. We want to see it any night of the week that we are live streaming. Actually, on the other nights that we live stream, we don't do as much pictures because we're not in our studio. And here we have a little extra equipment, a lot more screens, and that gives us lots more control over the emails and stuff like that. So I turn you to Buff Del Campo while I type in his email address in case you need to
I'm
click
going
it.
to show some 96 pictures right behind me.
He's going to get it started off.
Was a 96 Firebird Formula. What else do I have here? Oh, that's too much. That is, I don't know what order these are in. That's an Acura NSX, which I kind of like those things. It's kind of like a poor man's Ferrari, but then the price of those things went way up because they're a desirable car, and there's not a lot of them.
Dougster Wolverine Garage is saying that his friend had a Subaru Justy, and that the Neons and PT Cruisers are also all just a memory because they rusted away.
See, and I was in the South.
They were light duty, like...
I was in the South. I had a PT Cruiser.
Yeah.
Didn't have a spot of rust on it.
And did they rust so fast up north?
Mine did not have a spot of rust on it. And its demise was because my son got in a head-on collision with it with a Chevrolet pickup. About a 67 Chevy pickup. They hit really hard. Totaled both cars, and everybody walked away. So I guess something good about it. My son walked away from that crash.
Honestly, all the, they got to a point where they started making the cars really light. Like the metal was really thin on the economy cars, the low end cars. Like you saw when we cut into that Crossfire, the steel was really thick. But the like
That Crossfire was all like 18 gauge, which is
yeah. And galvanized.
cars are normally 20 gauge. That thing was 18 gauge. Two huge steel guard beams in the doors. Really heavy thing.
A lot of those vehicles, they changed a lot of the paint formulations to make them less carcinogenic, and they put those carcinogens in for a reason back in the day because they really worked, and without them, the paint wasn't as good, and too many years of that salt really up in them, and gets into those pinch seams and just eats them back apart. Sends them back to the earth. Really, yeah.
Viper?
Dean is loading up his truck. All right, Dean.
I almost said diaper. It's not a diaper.
Mexican Spec says the 4x4 Justy was the one to have. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's the other thing about those good little cars, is they were good little cars. If you took care of them, they lasted just fine. But people used them up. They drove them every single day. They put in the work. And at some point, it was just like, man, this car is worn out. And then they went back to the source. Okay, go ahead. Viper.
Are you sure?
People are talking.
Viper. And I said diaper, and I meant Viper.
Dodge diaper.
I didn't mean to say that. But I noticed it has like a side pipe that's kind of hidden, and then it pops out there so you don't burn yourself on it. Shadowman says, I ordered Go Fast part for the Bonneville bike that came today. Ordered all the wrong things. Oops. Sometimes a digital galloper helps. Mr. Burlot, something too coincidental happened. Me and this guy with a YouTube channel got emails making accusations. The other YouTube channel money taken from his account.
Oh no.
All the YouTube problems.
There are lots.
Okay, I'm going to go on with the pictures.
Any place there's money involved, it will never stay simple for forever.
And 1996 Impala, which was very similar to the Caprice, except the right at the back, what would be the C-pillar in that window back there is different on the Impala. So that's kind of cool car. And
it wasn't long after that they made the Impala the small car like the Malibu, didn't they?
I think the wheel wells might have been also different on the Impala, but I'm not sure.
That looks like a Caprice.
Making plastic bumper bottom rear helped rust big time.
It did, but the rust underneath was still there. I don't know. They looked a little nicer for a little longer.
Grand Vitara? That says Vitara. That's not the Grand Vitara. The Grand Vitara is a little bit bigger. I had one of those, but that's 96. And I got to keep backing these off. I don't know why they're so big. And that's a, what is that thing called? A Lotus Esprit, which was kind of an interesting car. And that's a V8. The early ones had 4 cylinders, and then they had V8s in them later. And that is the V8 model.
What is that? A Ferrari?
Lotus Esprit. It's a British car.
Man, that's a sporty car. They had those in the... Well, you're just moving right through them.
Well, last week I was severely...
Well, stop for a second.
Yelled at for going not fast enough.
And read, Vero's Garage says the odd thing about a PT Cruiser is they have an awesome Watts link in the rear. I forget what that is. You can buy a clapped out PT for $200, pull it out, scrap the rest. That makes it free. Yeah,
the PT Cruiser was a lot like the, what's the other one? Somebody was just saying that rusted away. The little Chrysler product.
Justy?
No, the little
Dodge Neon.
The Neons, except they had a really good rear suspension in the PT Cruiser, And that thing was pretty nice. That Watts linkage worked well.
I'm gonna have to look it up now because we're talking
Okay,
about.
Chris is here. And Mopar K is here. Member Mopar K.
Hey, Mo Parquet, welcome in.
Dexter says, my friend's older brother had a 72 Corvette with the side pipes, and he would let my friend borrow it for dates. His girlfriend would burn her right leg on the pipe. His sister-in-law had the same burn on her right leg also. Oh, man. Uh, okay, I'm going to go to the next one here. What's the next one? I can't find my cursor. What's the next? Oh, the Corvette. C4 Corvette. I had a C4 Corvette for 10 years. And it had that tail end on it, but it was a couple of years older. Somebody had replaced the tail end with the newer tail end. And I had that thing for quite a while. And then Chris says intake. I don't know what that's about. What did I miss? Just took a square bore carb off a quadrajet intake. I see what's going on. That was like where you push the enter before you enter. I've done that so many times.
Wait, was a Chrysler PT Cruiser a rear-wheel drive vehicle?
No.
No. Okay, it's
But
just
it
showing me the watts.
shows up. See what happens is you got one bar that goes across
Yeah.
that'd be like a panhard rod. And what happened is when the car goes up and down, the rear end moves back and forth slightly. With a Watts linkage like that, you can show the Watts linkage. With a Watts linkage, it doesn't do that. It stays centered. It's really nice.
I gotta find it.
You gotta find that thing.
Hold on a second.
She's looking. It's not just gone black. Okay, that yellow part there is the Watts linkage. Instead of having, if you all know what a panhard rod is that goes all the way across, the Watts linkage, well, you just took it away. Yeah, the Watts linkage will not allow the rear end to move back and forth. It'll go up and down without going back and forth. I don't know what you're doing. I'm not.
I'm looking for a nice clear picture of what we're talking about. That other picture is really deceptive. It's got a Watts link. Okay, I'm sorry. We can go back to your Corvette. There's a lot of we're all over the map here, talking about different stuff.
I know. Okay, so yeah, I'm just showing some 1996 cars. I've got to close this and reopen, so it's going to go black for a second, but don't panic.
Subaru Rusty.
I just got to find my cursor. Okay, that, you know, back in the 90s, Chrysler had the cloud cars. The ones that are all named after clouds. This is the Chrysler Cirrus. Just an example of 96 cars. Chrysler Cirrus, Dodge Stratus, and the Plymouth Breeze. Those are the cars they called the cloud cars. They were kind of a mid-sized car. I always thought it'd be nice to have one of those, but they're old now and not very exciting. And Chris said, never saw that design. What, a Watts linkage? Watts linkages are, and they were used for all kinds of things. But the PT Cruiser, they went to the trouble to put one back there instead of the panhard rod. And that, I just thought it was interesting because it is kind of it's not the last year, but it's the last body style of the big full-size Cadillacs. So that was a mid-90s Cadillac, 96 Cadillac. That thing was enormous.
That's before they made them all cyber.
And then they downsized them in 2000. And then a few years later, they went to what everybody says, not my grandfather's Cadillac. You know, there was the CSTVs, all the fast Cadillacs, and the little two-seat Cadillacs. And man, did the world change for Cadillac.
Kritz says he always wanted the Stealth.
Dodge Stealth. I did not Somebody's going to have to send in a picture of one of those.
I'll
Anyway,
look it up.
well, let me see. I haven't started opening emails yet. I'm going to have to do that because they're on not oatmeals. I almost said oatmeals. They're not emails. What's wrong with me tonight? I'm saying weird stuff.
Oh, I don't know. Our brains are elsewhere. We've been
Panhard
very
link gives
busy.
you the boat float feel. A Watts linkage or 4-link keeps you rock solid and straight line. Yep. Okay, there you go. Dodge Stealth. And the Dodge Stealth is actually a, Mitsubishi 3000, I think.
Oh, that's
3000
right.
GT.
Yeah.
But they sold a lot of these.
I'm not a big fan of the way this spoiler is tucked up against the back
Yeah, that's
glass.
kind of weird, isn't it?
Yeah,
I
that's
think
not
it
my favorite, but
might make the airflow
it's
good
probably
from the window.
makes more sense, but
It's not going to keep the back end planted. But yeah, it was something.
I mean, it probably works in a wind tunnel in some way. I don't know.
Dead Cougar Garage, good evening.
Stealth had twin turbos. Yeah, those were uh
Oh, Buddy Carfano, the first one he puts up, I'm going to start putting his up. Oh, I put it up and it's not there because your stuff's there. I will wait.
one step down from the Viper.
One step down from the Viper. Enormous step down from the Viper.
Well, that's the thing with the twin turbo. These were rocket ship cars. But Vipers were crazy. Crazy. They were also pretty
So
expensive.
Buddy Carfano sent this, also a Chevy Impala, those are nice cars. Kind of a big car. Dead Cougar Garage says all-wheel drive. All-wheel drive. Oh, I guess some of those Dodge Stealths were all-wheel drive.
Yeah, they were. That's right. And none of the Vipers were. There you go.
And here's another car from 96, Cadillac Eldorado. Those weren't bad cars. I mean, it's the beginning of the smaller Cadillacs, I guess. But they weren't as huge as the original Eldorados, but they were pretty nice.
Crits says a boat gas primer bulb at AutoZone is $45. Is it going to line my fuel lines with gold? Well, compared to getting towed, maybe, I guess if you're stranded and you're in a pinch and money is no object, but I know that's the kind of thing that I would like to have for, I don't know, under $10 if you order now and don't need it before it gets here. I mean, you got all the brick and mortar stores, they're in competition with the same online retailers that we all use. And so in order for them to make money, I mean, they have taxes and they have overhead, you know what I mean? And they buy from the same place.
It's still too expensive for a primer bulb.
It's crazy, but the thing of it is they need to stay in business. They need to mark stuff up.
Rip you off.
It's not a rip off. You don't have to buy it if you don't want to.
Yeah, you can probably go online. Go online.
You got to be smart, or else you're going to pay. You're paying a convenience fee to get it right now. We got tires today on the
the front tires on the Jeep were baloney skins, and it gets wet out there.
And they were mismatched, and the one had cracks in it, weather cracks and stuff in it, and it was time. It was time. It wasn't safe to drive in the rain, and we have some driving to do. So we got tires, and I did not want to sit at Walmart all day and wait for them to get around to putting tires on for me. So we went to highly rated. We went on Google. We found a highly rated tire shop, which most of them have pretty high. They know to get you to go there and pay more money than you'd pay at Walmart, that they've got to provide good service. There was nobody waiting. It was like they pulled us right in and put the tires on. They were very polite. The guy who did the work was veteran, nice guy, and we paid more money. And
Not a lot. Because he gave us a break. You asked for a break and he gave us a break.
we could have drove all around town and done price shopping and haggled, and then they could have got us with taxes and fees that we didn't know about, and upcharges and stuff like that. And like he gave us a straight, and I was like, you can do it right now. Uh-huh. And we were in and out. We sat in the waiting room and drank a cup of coffee, and then we were out of there. And it was like, well, it was worth our premium. Would everybody pay it? No, not everybody would pay it, but it was like, well, this is worth it. And then we had lots of other errands to run, so it was nice to be able to do more than one thing in a day. So, anyways, is $45 too much for a primer bulb? Yes, but will you pay it if you need it right now? You might. Okay, sorry, I really have beat that
No,
to death.
you're beating it to death.
It was a long story.
Buddy Carfano bought an Eldorado after drunk driver totaled the Riviera. Yeah. And there's the Riviera. I just showed the Eldorado, and there's the Riviera. I knew somebody had one of these. I rode in it a bunch of times. I kind of always wanted one, but they're old now. And there was a time when I was going to have to drive from Yuma, Arizona over to somewhere in the California desert a lot. And luckily, that whole deal fell through. But I was looking for a better car to drive back and forth, and that's what I was looking for, was a used one of these, but didn't do it.
These are comfortable cars. I had friends who had these, and they were comfortable cars. I'm sorry about that.
Mopar says, I'm cooking a YouTuber's $2 steak.
$2 steak?
Asmund Gold. I don't know if you ever heard or watched him. No, I have not.
I know who he is.
Oh, you've watched him. Because I watch a lot of cooking stuff. I'm surprised I haven't.
He's definitely not car related. No, not really. He's YouTube related though. So
Ted Cougar's Guardians on a 2-game losing streak.
Oh man. Well,
Chris was starting the carb rebuild. I needed it.
Mopar K's still at that. She's only been driving long enough that she makes up errands so she can go and drive her car. Boy, I remember that when I was younger. It's like it's Friday night. We need someplace to go.
Dougster says he loves this style Riviera. Yeah, I think that's about I don't know. The early Rivieras were a completely different car. I kind of liked them, like the big boat tail ribs, and the original, the 63 and 4. And then these. And the others, all the ones in between, not so much.
Welcome in, Max Wedge Dick Dastardly.
Good evening. Dead Cougar Garage says my commute was 3.5 miles for 35 years. Man, when I was...
That's a way to keep the miles off the car.
I was working out in Arizona at a test site that's way out in the middle of the desert where you can't be out there all night, And so it was a 60-mile trip every day. I'd get my car 60 miles out there, 60 miles back, and a 10-hour day. That made for a long day. 10-hour day working, plus
he said the primer bulb didn't work. Chris says he
that's
did the
even
pinhole and an empty oil quart on the open air cleaner to move in the yard. That would work, huh? Just a little like dribble of gasoline in there while it's running.
Steve Edwards is here.
That's using your noggin.
Anyone had good experience with Costco tires? I use Walmart because we travel a lot, and there's Walmart everywhere right off the freeway for warranty. You know what? That's what Kim and I talked about that, and we decided that mostly we drive around here. So we talked about that. If you're on the road, Walmart's pretty good. The other one that's really good if you're on the road is Discount Tire, because Discount Tires are all in every state except I think 2, and their warranty, you have to buy what they call the certificates. If you buy the certificates with the tire, man, I had a tire that exploded. It had 40,000 miles on it, just bam. And it was a Michelin Pilot Sport radio, one that's not supposed to explode. But I'd gotten it from a Discount Tire in Arizona. I went to Discount Tire here. They gave me a brand new tire. 40,000 mile tire, and they gave me a brand new one. I didn't think that would happen. So they'll take care of you too, and I'm sure Walmart will.
Barrow's Garage, Costco tires. I don't have any particular experience, but I notice if you use Walmart as a reference, Walmart sells all the tires, every kind of tire. They have
The cheap ones are Chinese tires.
Cheap tires. Or you could buy premium tires from Walmart. They don't care. They've got lots and lots of listings, and not all the tires even come from Walmart. They have other people will sell, like if you go online, you can order tires from basically any manufacturer and have them put on by a Walmart auto service center. So I don't know if Costco does that. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Tanner asks, Vincent Adventurer Drives
Oh,
asks, what's our
Tanner's here.
theme
Oh,
tonight?
I missed that. Hey.
And we are talking about classic cars and trucks from the year 1996.
Or anything you have that you're doing.
Most people will experience little to no disruption. You might get a little spinach. You might get an additional 3 seconds of lag. I guess something happened to our
Oh,
connection.
what happened? Yeah, I think they all caught it because Luis is saying
Okay.
what happened.
They're okay.
It looked like about 10 seconds of something happened.
It takes a lot of bits to stream worldwide.
Vintage
You
says,
guys are worth it.
classic cars and trucks from 96 doesn't seem like it should be a sentence. You know,
That's
You're
how
one
they
of
do
the-
the math.
you're one of the younger people in here. And in 96, I think you were born after 96. You know, the cars I remember that were before I was born, even when I was young, they were, I don't know if they were classics, but they were old. Parquet, $2 to $3 steak, pretty good for the price. You know what? We're in the store and I'm looking at steaks and they're like, what, $30 and stuff. It's like, no, I'm not buying that. Where do you get a piece of meat for that? Anyway. Blue Grits here.
Blue Grit
Or
says he's
Walmart
worried
locations.
with his luck they won't have my tire in stock. What, you mean if you have some kind of damage and need warranty? Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
you
it's
might-
just never going to be convenient if you need to claim a warranty on a tire. Because you're either going to be on the wrong side of town with a car with a bad tire, or you're going to have to buy a tire and then go and get a warranty on the other tire, and now you've got an extra tire, or
So he's already scrolled all the way by and I haven't said hi yet.
who's that?
Space Cat, and he says he likes these short wheelbase 4-wheel drive trucks.
Oh, yeah, they're slick. This is a really nice looking example, too. Although that's a little taller than I need.
Space Cat says, I'm feeling old. I'm feeling old. That's for darn sure. Because, man, I came home from the hospital when I was born in a 53 Ford that my parents had bought not too long before I was born. So I was born in February of 54. So it was the last year for the flathead Ford. My father went and bought a brand new car with a flathead Ford in it. And that was our car.
Boy, it looks like in 1996, Ford was still running the very, very recognizable and classic styling. Got a plastic grill on there, but I mean that's easily identifiable as a Ford. And then this Dodge is
All these are
Gen 2 Dodge.
all these pictures I'm showing, by the way, are all from Buddy Car Farm. But go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Talk
So
some
this I didn't bring any pictures because the closest vehicle that I have to 1996 is my Dodge pickup truck. And so in 1994, they went to this new front end for Dodges after decades and decades of the pretty much the same. Everything was considered Generation 1 Dodges. You know, they're very squared off and whatever. So, but they came out with these new fenders, highly controversial, all kind of new and fancy still. In 1996, if you saw this coming down the road, you'd be like, wow, that's one of them new Dodges, you know? And it wasn't long before. Now they're everywhere. They're everywhere. And then you can tell it's the second gen because the bottom of the headlights is straight. And when they went to the third, there's they're anyways, they're loopy. They cut
Loopy.
into the bumper instead of going flat across the front. The bumper has scallops for the headlights. That's how you can tell between Gen 2 and Gen 3.
And Mr. Burlock says that I saw a glitch when I came back. Yeah, we had a dropout. We told everybody about it, and something happened, but it came right back. We don't know what happened. Dougster says he's a 77 model. Um, what else did I just see for a minute? I missed something. I'm sorry. I'm missing some of the chat. Space Cat said, okay, put it back so I can keep going. I'm going to go the best I can, Kim, and you scrolled too far the other way now. Okay. I got to find my place. Space Cat says, spent time working on a flathead straight six irrigation pump. And later he said that was a Plymouth motor. I have worked on those before in old cars. That's an arrow nose Ford truck. I learned that from my Ford buddies. Okay. And yeah, Mexican Spec says he recognizes this because these are cars that he deals with. I sent a few pictures of an A-body Plymouth. Okay, we'll get to that. Steve Edwards, the Castle Bravo H-pump. Yeah, that was right after I was born. That was just a week or so after I was born. And I was really aware of that. Not then, but since then, reading history, it's like, whoa, that happened right after I was born. I remember when I was a kid and we moved to South Dakota, we were told not to eat the snow because it was still fallout around the world from nuclear blasts when they're still testing in the atmosphere. That's crazy. Max Wedge, Dick Dashley says, had a great day. My SSI, is that I or a divider? SSI check. Oh, SSI is screwed up until my phone appointment. Oh no, that's a long ways off. And that's bad. I know, because I live on Social Security. And if I didn't get my Social Security, I'd be in big time trouble immediately. Oh, man. And then it says, hey, Senior and Sons. What happened? Senior and Sons came in and I missed it. I'm sorry. Good evening. Space Cat says, heavy iron for sure. Oh, I got to put up the next car, which is...
Oh, Pit Snipe hates that truck. I'm guessing he is talking about
I didn't
Ford
see,
or the Dodge.
I didn't see Pit Snipe come in either. Good evening. And this is, man, we were behind a 1-ton dually today. And somebody put big wide tires.
It was like a whole tire out
on the dually. Yeah, it was like a whole wide tire sticking out from the fenders.
I guess it wasn't wide enough.
I go like, man, be careful with that thing. I said,
wide.
I bet if you measured that, it'd be 9 feet wide. I said, that's not even a legal width, and they're just going down the road, taking up their lane plus a little,
Blah, 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 blah.
Showing off to the world.
I guess. I don't know. Maybe he has to tow a really wide trailer and he needs all of that girth.
I deleted a bunch of files and emptied my trash. Okay. Barrow says, I came home in a 55 Chevy Bel Air later. It was also the first car I drove sitting on Dad's lap. Now I'm using the Muncie and I'm having trouble reading this. Can you move your cursor because it's covering that up? Thank you. Now I'm using the Muncie and Tunnel Ram from the same car, really. Switch the same here. Pit Snipe. Okay, it's a Cummins mildly less hate. I kind of like those V10 Dodges, but I'm not a big diesel kind of guy. Although I had a company truck for a while that was a Ford. Actually, I had two of them. I had a Ford that was a 99 that had the 7.3. That was a pretty nice truck. And then after that, same company, I had an 04 that had a 6-liter in it. and that thing wouldn't get out of its own way. So, I mean, you had to use the first gear. And the 7.3, you never started in first unless you're pulling a stump out of the ground or something. Cough drop time. Tuxer says, when the second gen Ram came out, it was a big deal. It was the first all-new truck they made. The last truck body ran from 72 to 93 with external body changes in about 80 or 81. That's right. And I like the hoods on some of those, the ones, what they call it, the bird bath hood, but they were kind of blah, 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 blah. They vibrated some, but they were, that was a cool looking truck. And then when these came out, that was a cool looking truck. I didn't like the last of the 72 through 93s. I thought they tried to upgrade it, and I don't think they did a very good job. See, Vintage says, were they running super single on a dually? They were running two of the widest tires I've ever seen on each side. So they had 4 tires on the dually, but they were sticking out like I don't know what the hell they were. I'm like, watch out for that. Don't hit it because it's too wide. Kim was driving. I was sitting on the passenger side. Vintage says, my first memory was looking out the window over to my dad's 69 Mustang Coupe. We're getting a ride home because it broke a rocker stud. Really? From that day forward, my life was all about cars. Louise says he's also in Barnyard episode. Nickelodeon. Max Switch says, I seen a guy in a dually back up and put his hitch through the middle of the grill on the car behind him. That same place I worked, where I had the 7.3, it was a company car. It was a 1-ton dually, Ford truck. And there was a woman that worked in the office, and she needed to go somewhere. Her car was broken or something, so the boss goes, just take that truck. Well, she went through a McDonald's or something, just tore the shit out of that. She ripped the fender off the back of that truck. I don't know what she hit, but she did it in a McDonald's drive-through. Hit the snipe. Oh, my 7.3-liter company truck with utility box, killer. I still cry on my pillow missing that truck. Yeah, the 7.3 is a pretty nice one. And then Mexican Spec says, in case you guys don't know, Tony won't be doing the Sunday Night Live for the foreseeable future. That's the one we're supposed to get a hold of and go on that, so I guess we won't be doing that. Mopar K says, I love tunnel rams, bad to the bone. I would love to get another 12
valve.
Oh, that's a 12 valve. I'm like, 12 volt? No, 12 valve, first gen 12 valve Cummins with the 6-speed manual. Hard to beat them in towing, Mario Chuck. Parquet says he stopped popping up on my For You feed. You know, there's people I want to see all the time that I used to always come up, and now I'm getting so much of AI stuff, and I never click on that crap. I don't know why. They're just really pushing that stuff out, and things that I'm subscribed to that I watch a lot. I gotta go actually go find them. You know, don't know what's going on there. YouTube. They got an agenda. Okay, I have a tunnel ram that I plan to install on the race scamp before No Name Nationals. Can you read that just went flying by. Dougster. Birdbath hood Dodge trucks were designed by the Plymouth Design Studio. Compare a 72 Roadrunner and a 72 Dodge truck and notice the similarities. Can you watch the chat? Because I'm going in my email.
Okay. Mopar K is not sure about that tunnel ram. She calling out Tanner for No Name Nationals. So, yeah, he's doing things. Mexican Spec says Tony will be doing videos, just not the live. I mean, he doesn't really have to do the live. I think it's something that he does because he wants to reach an audience. Just like we don't have to do it live. Like it's just he really likes it. So if Tony's burned out on it, then he'd take a break. And he still does like 2 other lives a week. And I think some of the wind is out of the sails of doing so much lives. But I did notice, like, I saw he had a video about motor oil that he just did not long ago, and it had tons of views. And so I know those kind of videos can make, a pretty nice, they can make good money. So that's the kind of focus. If you're trying to, earn a living, which I know Tony, you know, wants to, um, that's a good focus, is making long form content. And, we would like to, but it just never happens for us. Nothing that we do goes viral or blows up or goes to the feed where we get the. I saw you had like 20,000 views on that oil video in the first couple days, which I know is a good one for Tony recently. So, it makes sense that he'd rather be doing that than spending his entire Sunday night. Plus, he has the dogs and he has the grandkids. He's got lots of stuff going on. It's summertime. Not as many people are sitting in front of the the television every night. So it's good. When he comes back to doing it, he'll be refreshed and it will be something he enjoys again.
As this Dean Stevenson says, like I'm looking ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, first, Mexican Spec said he had one of these, but it was white. Max Wedge says, Parquet, I love cross rams. I saw that because I had a cross ram on my Cougar. Showed lots of pictures of it. Chevrolet engine in the Cougar, in a Mercury Cougar. Dean Stevenson says it's easy to cancel out the AI. I have a list of 52 AI trig words, and if I see them, AI gets deported. Oh, trigger words. That's what he meant to say, not trig words, trigger words.
That's a Chevy Beretta, isn't it?
Pit Snipe says, I really like that 3.1 liter, decent power and 28 miles per gallon cross country. Every one of the 2.8s and 3.1s I had broke internally. Of course, they were older used cars, but every one of them I had broke, like rod and bearing failures. But they all had high miles, so I don't know. Maybe it's just the ones I got. But I avoid those things like the plague, but maybe I just got bad ones. My race Scamp is vintage. My race Scamp is getting really close to being ready to go down the track. I could realistically go to the test and tune this Friday if I work hard once I get home from work Thursday. I'm going to bring up another picture.
Well, do it, Tanner, or don't. Whichever.
Grand Prix. I had a girlfriend back then. Had one of these. I drove it quite a bit. I liked that car a lot. I forgot about these things. I don't even think about those 90s cars. Somebody says 90 cars, I go, 90 cars?
You don't think
that
of
was
that
a fun car.
As a classic car. But if you look at it now, it's been a while since those were new.
It has been
a while.
30 years.
30 years.
Think about that. And I think at 96, it's like, because I'm old, I just go, yeah, it's a new car. No, it's 30 years old.
Enjoy the journey, Moparquet. There's always more to do. It's coming together really good, though. It looks great. You haven't had it break down on you or anything like that. It's really going well.
This? What the heck is this? This is a picture Buddy Carafano sent us, a filthy, dirty car and no description. I think this is one of those Chrysler. Yeah, it's a Dodge, whatever the heck that thing is. I don't know why you didn't send.
Oh,
I can't read. Dodge Intrepid is what it is.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't think of what it is. Dean Stevens says, deported. Deported. going back to my email. And CD Burlock sent me some emails. One of them had kind of an interesting video. I haven't looked at all of them. I get a lot of emails. And some of them I don't know. If it's a bunch of links, I can't sit there and watch all of them, but one of them was pretty interesting. There's more of them from Buddy Carafano. I'm going to get to Tanner's here. Downloading, Kim, you're like, when I'm talking, you're talking. When I stop talking, you stop talking. Why? Why don't you talk?
I don't know.
Why don't you talk when I'm busy?
Because I'm just...
You wait till I'm talking, and then you start talking.
We both are inspired to speak at the same time about the same things. Oh, Pitt says nobody has to die. That's good to know.
Just found it. Nobody has to die.
Oh, his coffee grinder. He says it's only a 28-foot RV. You knew you'd find it.
What was it? I told you, this guy had a bird, and the bird was, he was feeding the bird, some big bird, feeding the bird, I think mice. Some woman said, why don't you feed that bird something that nothing has to die? And he said, do you have a suggestion? She goes, yeah, why don't you give him a hamburger? I'm like, hamburger? What do you think? They go out, they slice some cow off and grind it up, and the cow goes on his merry way? You know, don't you understand where
it comes from?
Hamburger comes from.
But it's ground meat. It comes from the ground.
It comes from the store.
From the ground.
Okay, so I'm going to continue on with. I'm going to have blank screen for a second while I bring something else up. Oh, come on, come up. There it is.
Ozan is here. Welcome in.
Oh, Ozan from Ukraine. Hey, the Feast of Sacrifice has arrived this Wednesday. Good evening. Good evening.
There's one of those original early Chrysler keys. Right
This is.
And a trunk
Well, it's down at the bottom. I don't know how to make it go up because without. Maybe I can do that. That's Tanner's keys. Okay, now it's going to be wrong for later. I think. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Oh, look how cutesy that is. A kitty cat heart thing.
Braden's here. Okay, you know whose this is.
Yep, that's Adventure Drive.
Yep.
Tanner and his lady friend. I'm sorry, I haven't caught her name yet. She said her name probably 50 times. But that's before they put the badges on it. It's Valiant. Put the badges right there where those three little dots are.
Pit Snipe says that dang intake is only 3 inches wide. What was that on? I don't know. What did I miss? Barrows, 96 to 2006. I actually like for diesel pusher motorhomes. After that, the build quality really flopped, and it got really electronically overcomplicated.
Yeah.
And Braden's here. I think I said that. Hello. This night we got cow trees out here. Cow trees. Oh, that's where they get the hamburger. Probably just pick it. Yeah, feed the bird something so nothing has to die. Like feed it hamburger. Like, are you kidding me?
No, they were serious.
That's the keys from my scamp.
Not everybody knows how the world works. Some people are happily oblivious to everything.
Where's that hamburger come from? Oh, it comes from a meat factory. They just make it. It doesn't kill anything. And then Luis says 73 AMC Matador. I don't know what that's about, but I do like AMC cars. Next. Oh, I'm going to zoom a little. More of Tanner's.
That's Tanner's shop. And his
he moved.
car.
That's his new place?
Oh, I hadn't
Is that your new
that.
Is that your new shop?
Not bad. Not bad.
I like that kind of tin because the water runs off of it. Won't leak for decades. Vintage. I drove the race scamp over to see her at her job. It's like my house has a 454 cubic inch Chevy. His house, our house, does not have an engine. Why don't we have an engine? Can you imagine driving this thing down the road?
It's a double wide at least.
Tanner, that Valiant is originally B1 blue and it got repainted. Finish
It looks
this.
nice.
That's the look out my back door to my shop. The Valiant was in the shop that day.
Nice.
And you've got a roof you can pull one car underneath the roof. That's pretty nice
it's
too.
1975 all over again.
Ozon says, Barrows, good luck with your choice. Which is your favorite classic car? There are so many favorites I have. Man, there's so many favorites I have.
Tonight we're talking about what your favorite from 1996 is, because that's 30 years ago.
I can't believe that's 30 years ago. I can't believe that's 30 years ago.
That's crazy. That's why we're doing these newer years, these newer cars. Because I'm out of touch. I think cars from the 70s are old. Or not old, are like, classic cars. But they're antique cars. These cars from the early 90s are classic cars.
Buddy Carfile sent this in. I don't know what it is, except, it has a Mitsubishi logo on it. I have never seen one of those. It says from Australia. Okay.
Oh.
Somebody here from Australia, tell us about what this is. Finish. To clarify, the Valiant got repainted in its original B1 sky, blue sky color.
Mitsubishi Triton, it says in one of the little things. The little picture says it's a Triton.
Okay. I've just never seen one. We didn't get those. We didn't get those here.
No.
Have you ever seen one of those?
The oldest Gen Z is 30 this year.
And silly old bloke from Aussie which I think is Tabo, we call that Mitsubishi Triton, essentially an L200. I don't know what either one is, but okay. Now I do.
Faith is here. Welcome in, Faith.
And Mopar Cases uses Mopar parts, I believe. Yeah, Faith, how you doing? And, I didn't get it. You know what I didn't get tonight? I always get pictures from Faith. No pictures from Faith tonight. And Luis knows what it is. Mitsubishi. Maybe they get those in Venezuela. Parquet. Okay, I already read that. Pit Snipe. That's my 77 Arrows cousin. Oh. Okay. CD Burlock. Jeopardy is on. Jeopardy is on. Are there few German classic cars? Oh, you know what I did? And I even looked at them, but I didn't bring the pictures over. I took your suggestion, Ozon, and I looked at cars from Turkey. And there were cars I'd never seen before. And I meant to bring them over here. And I forgot. I'm sorry. I'll do that in the future.
Prepare for the raid. Kiwi's finishing up. Welcome in, silly old bloke from Aussie. Tim is here. Made it. Didn't get a notice again. Notice.
That's happening more and more, and I don't know why. What's wrong with YouTube? I'm getting notices for all kinds of crap, and the stuff that I'm subscribed to, it's getting so I hardly get any notices. I have to go chase it down and find it.
I see Mexican spec.
I see something.
See, I don't ring the bell on a lot of stuff, though.
I ring the bell on all of them that I'm subscribed to, so really? I expect to see it. And I don't. I'm seeing trash, Somebody Tavo and Silly Old Bloke are both there. Same person.
Welcome in.
Firefly is here. Clings to a can of Coke. I'm
Bzzz.
drinking little packs of stuff I mixed in the water. I'm gonna have to go get some water pretty soon. Are you going to get more coffee?
No, I don't want to drink coffee tonight because I want to sleep tonight. It's too late to have coffee.
CD Burlock says, I got a 30-minute warning. What does that mean? Shadow Man says, what about me? Shadow Man, what about me?
Welcome in, Shadow Man.
Well, he's been here since we turned this on. Tavo says, my van was made in Turkey. Oh, wasn't the original those Ford, what was that thing you drove across the country? That Ford Transit Connect. There are two Transit Connects. There's the original one and their second gen. The first one came from Turkey. That's correct. So that's the only Turkish car I know of that we have here in the U.S. The second gen came from Spain. But I want to drive one of those. First gen Transit Connects, just so I could say I've driven a car from Turkey for no other reason. But I do kind of like them. I want to drive one. But I'm not working on other people's cars every day, so I don't drive a lot of various cars anymore. Tim says, I miss many from the No Name National Group. Yeah. All right, Pit Snipe. I'll let somebody read that, but I'm not going to read it.
Sometimes YouTube will unsubscribe you from channels. You almost have to go back and double check. And then when I'm perusing YouTube, instead of just going to the home feed, I'll go to the subscriber feed. And to do that, you have to click on a weird button. Like it's hidden. They want you to just look at the things they want to show you.
Oh, Barracuda is here. You know what? I think everybody's going to come in from... let's see. The Transit Connect, built in machinist swerve in the ABS unit, fails often. Oh, I didn't know that. I am going to take a walk for a minute and go get more water.
Okay.
So I can mix my graduated Turks are #1 in technology. Okay.
Woohoo!
I'm trying to scoot back, and if I push back, I don't go back. The table goes forward.
Yeah, it's a really light table.
So that's why I'm doing that. I gotta go get some water for my drink mix.
Crash's Roadrunner Garage is here. Welcome in, hon. Crash has been a very supportive member, and we appreciate you very much so.
It is warm in here today.
It's kind of humid. It's been raining for 4 or 5 days straight now. It's just damp out there. Downright moist outside. It smells like a swamp. Blech. Valfly says, metal filings. There was a bulletin. Oh. Yeah, you have to check your parts. I got an oil pump. It's been a couple years back now. I bought an oil pump, like a small block oil pump, and I took it apart, and there was sand in it. It was like, what? How is there sand in my brain?
That's terrible.
If I had stuck it in a motor without taking it apart to inspect it, the first thing it would have done is blown sand into the filter. But still, it's just like, wow.
Island Punch powder into my drink. It makes the water red. Sugar-free. It makes the water red.
It tastes like red water.
It's a fixed window AC for the shop this week. Feeling pretty fancy.
That's right. It takes off. You know what? Even if it's hot, if you take the edge off that humidity, it feels real good coming out of the sun into the shade with a little less humidity, it feels cool, even if it's still blistering hot in there.
You know, a couple of years ago, Kim went somewhere and where they had some scratch and dent stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and she bought a window air conditioner, and we put it in the shop. It really doesn't keep the shop cold, but man, it takes the humidity right down. When you walk outside, it's like, oh. But
It's
when you're in the shop, it feels good because it's not
it's
humid.
you can work in the heat, but when you're trying to do something and sweat's like dripping in your eyes while you're trying to work and you got grease, you're like, that's no good. You got that air conditioner running for, you don't even have to run it real hard. It just takes
It clicks on and off. It just keeps the humidity down in there. Yeah.
and it's a big shop and it's a good sized air conditioner and you kind of see it on the electric bill, but it's not that bad.
You know what?
It's not that bad.
The heat, I really pay attention to electric bills, and there's a separate service up there, so I know what the shop is using. Heating this place, this house, in the wintertime, it's a $500 bill, and I hate it. Up there in the shop, the highest the bill has ever been is in the middle of summer with the air conditioner running, and it's been about $50. Yeah, so what? And normally it's about $40 with the like running a compressor once in a while and having the lights on and drills, chargers, that kind of thing. It's about $40 a month. With the AC, it adds $10 to it. Who cares? That's nothing. The worst part about the Transit Connect ABS issue is that it hydraulically locks the rear brakes so you can't move. That's terrible. One customer tried to force the matter. Heavy brake damage. Man, that doesn't sound good. Man, I just remember when everything was simple, that's why I have a 48-year-old car. It's simple. I run an evaporative cooler on one end of the shop. The AC on the other feels great. That AC just squeezes the right amount of water out of the air. You're putting water in at one end and taking it out on the other end. Now, when I worked in Arizona, there's a hangar, and they have swamp coolers in the hangar. And, it's really dry out there. But people want to be cool. They close the doors of the hangar, and they turn those stupid swamp coolers on. In about 3 days, all the tools were rusty. And I just like, you're going to be a tiny bit cooler, humidity up, which just feels terrible. And now all the tools are rusty. I'm like, shut those things off. But,
I'll keep reading. You click on to the next picture.
I don't have any next pictures.
Oh, really?
Oh, no, I do.
I see a lot that you haven't clicked on.
I do. Buddy Carfano sent more.
Tavo says the Transit Connect is the baby version. Mine's the full size.
Oh, a Connect. A Transit. Not a Connect. A Transit. I was at a Ford dealer, and a stupid salesman didn't know the difference between the two.
They're definitely different.
One's huge and the other's
small. One's a commercial van, and one's a windowless minivan.
I don't know why Buddy Carfano sent this, but
it's very colorful.
I know a guy that had a body shop, and he painted Volkswagen very similar to this. And what it was, he just like every color he got to paint a car, he shot some on each fender and everything.
Oh yeah.
It was his shop.
We went past a car wash today. There's 3 of these sitting right out front. They had them all cleaned up real nice. Those are like their billboards. The place with all the Volkswagens.
And she's going, look at all the Volkswagens.
Buddy Carfano says, I worked in a restaurant kitchen one summer. No AC. It was hot as hell. Oh gosh, it would. If you're ever in a restaurant and it's freezing cold in the dining room, it's because the people in the kitchen have set the air conditioning for the restaurant.
Yeah,
it's always hotter back there.
They're working in a kitchen with stoves and ovens and burners and stuff going, and
they're running around in circles.
And they're busy. And then, what are you doing?
You were talking.
Oh, yeah, all of a sudden you're just changing stuff.
Well, we missed Barry Kuda's comment. He says it's so cold here lately. Can't stand it. It's not really that bad, but he's looking forward to spring. He's on the wrong side of the planet.
You're on the wrong side of the planet. It's spring here, and it's so good that it's starting to warm up. Although I had to mow the lawn. It's been raining. I can't mow, and finally I said to Kim, we got a break of a couple hours. She goes, it's all wet. I said, I don't care. I got to mow. And I went out there, and the grass was up like to my hips. It's like and I'm trying to mow quickly. I'm trying to get it done, but I was having to go over it twice because the grass had grown so high so quickly. So I just realized that the 200,000 BTU shop heater we have didn't get new orifice when it got swapped to LPG. Also realized that it has no combustion air intake, so 200k BTU worth of air is being sucked. Mostly Mopars here.
That'll give your shop a draft.
I can send you also pics of my current. Yes, please send them. I like to show pictures of current projects and other projects.
Always. They go to buffdelcampo@gmail.com. I'll type it in.
Oh, Mexican
You can
Spec
click
says
on it.
those Harlequin cars were done at the factory. I did not know that.
Yeah.
96 Chevy Sport Van. I've
can
driven many of those.
Send, please include your username, your screen name, your chat name in the email so we know who it's from when you send emails.
I tried using water mister one year. The exhaust bender was not amused with the rust. So I used electrolysis on the bending dice to correct that. Man, yeah, I don't like adding humidity to anything.
Tavo, tonight's topic is the year 1996. As always, if you have something real and personal or interesting that is you related that you want to talk about, you can send that as well. But the generic topic is 1996. Cars and trucks, automotive adjacent.
What did I do?
Historical stuff.
Oh, there's another one. I missed it. I missed
this one. Can you believe that
Sorry about that.
1996 is a classic car? It's 30 years old.
This is one.
Who's that from?
Oh, I just looked at it a second ago. I got my head in my ass.
That looks Mary Kay pink.
This is.
It's even got pink. Oh, those are
Bruce Culchin sent this in.
Yeah.
It's a 50. That's a 55. If you don't know, but it's a Crown Victoria, and I don't know whose it is or anything else. But that's just not just a Victoria. That's a Crown Victoria, the original first year Crown Victoria before they called everything Crown Victorias. Buff, have you been to L.A.? Yes, many times. I grew up in San Luis Obispo, so if I wanted to look at cars, I drove down to L.A. because there are so many of them down there for sale. But it's been a while. The last time I went across L.A., it was a holiday weekend, and I was so aggravated with somebody had made a mistake and crashed or something, and it took me like 4 hours to get from, where was I? I don't know. Somewhere just rolling into L.A. on the 101, and I was trying to get out to Anaheim. Oh my God, it took me like 4 hours to get out there. I just don't. I just like to avoid that place.
Mexican Spec says there's a code on the internet so you can check if the Harlequin has the right placement on the colors. Okay. There'll be cool pictures if you go search for that, I'll bet. Pit Snipe says we are fighting ourselves and dumping LGB like a pig to boot. Next winter will be far more efficient. That's always good. More efficient is more better because money.
And that's what here we can get free wood, real easy to get free wood in Tennessee. So because people got so much broken wood and stuff falling down and cut up, and they just can't get rid of it all. So we have a wood stove, which is Jail says I meant Los Angeles. Yes, Los Angeles. That's what I meant when I said L.A. Los Angeles. Dirt Road Landing. Hey, good evening. Hi, Buffski and Kim. Now we're skis. Buffski and Kimski.
Pit Snipe says I got out of the Navy in April of '96. He got offered $10 an hour at the University of Iowa power plant. He told him to suck it and went to work at the ethanol plant by the following Monday. Yeah, jobs were plentiful. Yep. '96 wasn't such a bad life.
See, Buff, did you ever show off the Bonneville Streamliner? You know, I looked at that. Probably, I gotta go find that. Kim, I gotta go back through a ton of emails here. I'm gonna have
Okay.
to search that because I did look at it, but then I was at my desk and I forgot about it.
I forget that Dirt Road Landing is an airplane reference. I don't know what I think that it is, but I forget that it's a reference to landing an airplane. I think of landing like a, I don't know. It just sounds like a strange combination of words, but it actually has meaning. Crazy. Okay. Valfly says, free wood? Quick, make a wood gasifier. You know, I've
Oh,
considered.
we've got a wood stove in the shop that just keeps it nice and toasty warm in there.
Yeah, but a gasifier is nice because you can, pipe the gas to some other place.
Why can't I find this?
If we were really smart, we would put together some fancy off-grid life stuff. But we're getting there. Every year, more things happen here. You know, we fix things, we upgrade things. Barry Cuda says in 1996, I was driving a VH Valiant as an everyday family car with kids' seats in it. I'm still using it, but not every day. And no kids in it now. Yeah, they grow up. Since 1996, them kids has grown. Pit Snipes building a waste oil burner too. That will help. He says he ran tubing through the floor and the instantaneous water heater is hanging on the wall waiting to be plumbed. Oh wow. That's the kind of system that you'll be, man, when the floor is warm, even if the air is cold, you don't feel so cold.
Okay, I've gone back through like a couple hundred emails.
Okay.
Shadow Man, can you send me those again? I'm sorry. Yeah, it says I can resend it. I did look at it. I want to show that, but you can't imagine how many emails I get, and it's like probably hundreds of emails back. So I tried searching it, couldn't find it.
Thank you, Shadow Man. Sorry. Dirt Road Landing says, yes, Kim, I'm a fan of the STOL airplanes, STOL airplanes.
That means short takeoff and landing, or short take.
Oh.
They go like, ooh, when they take off, or they come in, they go flare, and then they stop in a hurry. And they have contests for this.
Well, what's your favorite? Because Buff Del Campo loves airplanes, and he would love to hear about it.
Well,
although it'll take the stream off the rails because
yeah,
he'll want to talk about it.
Yeah, we'll go crazy.
It's probably a better thing to talk about on a shop night if it starts to get a little slow.
And then he says, "Love AirVenture." Well, AirVenture, I went to that. Oh man, too many times. And I was with Titan Aircraft, and I'd be in their booth, whatever you call it, their little area, and I'd spend a week in there from 6 in the morning till 10 o'clock at night because it goes on when it's summertime and that far north, it stays light till 10 o'clock. And I was always hungry, never had any food, stood there in the same spot like a cow, talking to people. And basically the whole show went on around me. I didn't get to see it. Twice the boss cut me loose and I tried to see the show like in an hour. So, yeah, it was an interesting place, but I probably never go back.
Pitt says the problem with gasifiers is the start and stop. You can't just flip the switch and go. Absolutely. That is the thing. It's really not a good solution for an automobile because, you gotta who wants to go out and start their car in the morning and take an hour to get it going?
Another one from Buddy Carfano. I'm just interrupting.
There you go. That's a second gen Dodge pickup truck front end, but in the Is that a Mexican one?
I don't know. It says
Okay.
Dodge Form. Buddy Carfano, yes, I saw a bunch of them come in. Thank you.
Valfly says FEMA's website has some good papers on building a gasifier. I didn't know FEMA had that stuff published out there, but I mean, if you think about it, for emergency management, it would be good. But when the power's out and you're in a bad way, it's really difficult at that point to
What
put
did
the
I just
gasifier
miss?
together.
I missed
It's
something.
like really something that you want to have put together and situated and sorted before everything goes down. Pitt says he's an automation guy by trade.
Who's this?
So
I'm sorry. I'm
Pit Snipe says
oh,
he's an automation guy by trade. He wants to throw all the controls at one. Well, I don't know. Some of the simplicity is some of the goodness about it. And Valfly continues that they recommend using gasifiers for generators due to the consistent load. Yeah, that's where you'd be. If you had limited resources for fuels or inconsistent fuels, a gasifier can get you from burnable, combustible waste to electricity in a pretty reliable, predictable sort of way. You could make a pretty good amount of electricity with gasifier um, if you were in that situation. I mean, here in Tennessee, like the wood, the place is lousy with it. You can't even burn it all. They end up just throwing it in landfills. They can't get rid of all the wood. It's not like out west where trees grow really slow and small and they take decade. Like there's trees out here. He's like, I didn't plant that. It just grew out of the ground and he didn't whack it off fast enough, and now it's this big around.
yep.
Like they grow. There's
Oh, like
so
10,
much
10,
water
10 years
and
are huge.
yeah. I mean, it's not the same as it is everywhere else in the world or everywhere else in the country. Gasifier is a very viable uh, way to, as long as you're not smoking people out, as long as you can tender a fire. That's the problem with, if you're making a fire, you have to actually take care of it, or else it will make smoke and go
Barracuda
out.
says, I thought Stoll was a brand of gin. Oh, I don't know. Stoli
Stolen.
was a brand of vodka, which is actually Stolichnaya, which was the Russians claimed that was theirs, but it wasn't. It came from one of the, where'd it come from?
That's not a Fairmont. That's a
What's
Crown Vic.
Lithuania or somewhere.
Mm.
Okay, so it came from the USSR at one time. Okay, so these are Tavo sent these from Australia. So those are Australian cars with names that were different cars here. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, I had one of these blue jelly bean cars.
I had a lot of those.
It was okay. It was super low mileage car, but it was showing rust because it was getting up in years. Um, Pit Snipe says the V-Stol Harrier is taking off vertically from flight deck of a 40,000-ton ship. Dropped our draft several feet. I mean,
Really?
it takes a lot of lift to get them suckers up.
I was in Yuma, and they had a lot of Harriers out there, and then of course that's where they did all the flight testing with the F-35, the V2L F-35s. So I saw a lot of that. That was kind of interesting.
Mexican Spec says that was a custom-made trail charger. That was that truck that I asked if it was a Mexican version, and you said you didn't know. Thank you, Mexican Spec. You get 2 points for telling us what we were asking to know. Valfly says there's a guy on YouTube, I saw this guy recently, that has a gas-fired truck. He says it takes 40 pounds of wood per 25 miles of fuel, or 25 miles. See, that's not very good. That's not a very good
So
solution. I mean, in an absolute horrible emergency, it might be. I heard during World War II when supplies were really bad and they ran some trucks for people who were evacuating. They ran them on gasifiers. They used sawdust because it was, available. And so, like, it can work, but there's problems with soot and stuff like that. It's really not a good solution for something that you're going to have mobile.
See, Tyler says EL Falcon Fairmont is nothing like a Crown Vic. It kind of has the same shape, but it is a much smaller car. I can see that.
Oh, okay. Okay, I didn't know. I didn't know. Now I know. Thank you, Tavo.
Um, okay, I'm going to try to get more pictures. I think Braden sent in some of these. Why doesn't it go?
Pit Snipe
Oh,
agrees that gas fire efficiency does not pay off in an over-the-road application. It's not practical. It's cute. It's something that I've thought about. Like, it's a good thought experiment, but it's definitely not. You're not going to see it everywhere. People using them on a daily kind of thing.
okay. Braden sent this in. He says it's a 1996. What did he say? Concept vehicles. He sent in several of these.
Concept vehicle?
Yeah, that's what he
Is
said.
it
It looks
Dodge
like
Neon?
I don't know what it is. He didn't say anymore.
Tim says he just got his notification that Buff Del Campo is live. Oh, the back of that car is really unusual.
Yeah. Yeah, Braden says it's a concept car from '96. I don't know what it is. It has. I'm not sure that isn't some kind of an AI thing. I don't know what the heck it is.
I mean, it easily could be.
And he says this is too.
From 96? This looks newer than 96.
I don't know.
Oh.
Braden, he says right there, '96 concept boogie bandit buff. What's up with the girl in Evansville? I have no idea what you're talking about. Just got my notification. That's crazy.
It's not like we didn't put it up that it was going to be live.
This is supposed to
YouTube.
be '96 concept. I don't know, man. I've never seen any of this stuff.
I don't know.
And so is that.
See, I could see that being like a Plymouth Prowler kind of like.
I've seen that before, but I don't remember what it is.
Like, we want to make a Prowler, and this was somebody's submission for what it might look like.
Oh, yeah, here we go. Okay.
Barracuda says he thinks the Spice Girls were very popular in 1996. That would make sense, yeah. Aren't they popular now? What are the kids?
Shadow Man, I got them. I'm downloading them right now.
What are the kids watching these days? Valfly says 60 pounds of wood per 43 miles range. Yeah, I mean, for farm equipment or something like that, it might be really neat. The nice thing is like, for long term idle storage, like if you had a hunting cabin or something like that, and you didn't want old fuel but see, diesel serves that purpose too, right? Because diesel but you can't collect and move diesel, whereas wood just grows. The woods are lousy with it around here, so there is a time and a place where that can be. That used to be how they made natural gas for lighting in places, was they burned coal and wood in gasifiers, and then they plumbed it to the town. But obviously they have other ways of doing that now.
Okay. Where am I? I'm lost. Oh, Braden says Fleet Farm ad. You get a couple points for that, I think.
You do. You get 2 points for telling us about the Fleet Farm ad, and thank you to Fleet Farm for your pennies.
And then Louis says McQueen. I remember Steve McQueen. Mark Sylvester says my favorite '96 would be the Impala SS. Looking at all the pictures that I've done tonight, I think that Riviera in '96 was pretty nice. And '96, Was the Lincoln Mark 8 in 96? That was pretty good. Oh, excuse me. Okay, the current picture on the screen is from Shadow Man, UDX 435, and he does a lot of racing, I guess, out of Bonneville.
The land speed car.
And this is he says, orange car is a 79 Datsun big block blown chasing 254 mile an hour record, which is C FMS. Then he goes on to the blue car, which is the one I remember he sent me before. Is it trying to get my cursor to work? Man, what is wrong? I can't find my cursor.
Pit Snipe says, frankly, I think I'll have the most fun building a chunker. Chunker. I thought he said clunker. What's a chunker?
I don't know. This says blue car is a GSXR 750 big turbo powered streamliner chasing a 201 mile an hour record, which is KBGS. And I think is that 750 cc's? I don't know what that is. But would you like to go 201 miles an hour? That thing is tiny. Look at that, Kim. Down inside that thing. And then
Mark Sauvé says his favorite 96 would be the Impala SS.
That's when I said I think my favorite would be the Riviera. Or maybe, I don't know, 96, did they still have the Lincoln Mark 8? I don't know. And then this red bike is my new project, race bike, 2019 CB 650R, looking for a 172 mile an hour record on that.
Wow.
It's in the land speed record stuff. I've always wanted to go out there and never have. It says, yes, 750 cc's, D-stroke to 500. Oh, okay. So this is a 500 cc engine that's going to go 201 miles an hour. That's the record that he's chasing, 201 miles an hour. That's pretty cool.
Yikes.
I got to go out there sometime. Look at the ground clearance to keep the air from going in there. Oh, man. Can you believe that?
It's amazing.
I've been out there so many times and stopped, and of course there's no event going on, but I'm cruising down I-80, going from one side of the country to the other. Did a lot of that. Stopped there a lot of times, and there's a rest stop with a thing you can go up, and it's like a structure. You go up there and you can look out over the salt flats. I've done that many times, but never been out there for an event. And I have somewhere here, I have pictures while we're doing land speed record. Yeah, I'm gonna find this.
Never heard of eyeball engineering before. Me either. Now you have. That's the point of advertising. The magic of advertising is that now you have seen the name. Shadowman says that car has about half an inch of clearance.
Just enough.
They had to get dusty in the salt. I forget who I saw. After a land speed event, they had to wash the heck out of the car because of all the salt.
I'm looking for
Buddy
something.
Carfano says, coffin on wheels. Oh, kinda. Valfly says the video on YouTube of a truck with a gas fire is called 100,000 kilometer without gasoline V8 wood gas Chevrolet fleet side. It is interesting. Practical? No, but still fun. Well, it's a thought experiment. It's interesting.
Oh, Eyeball Engineering is the name of our crew. This was a guy named Gordy Keck and two guys, Gordy Keck and Eldon Smeltzer. Eldon passed away kind of young, and Gordy Keck is still alive. I talked to him not long ago, and he sent me these pictures. This is a Corvair station wagon. Up in the front seat area, there's I think it was a 300 cubic inch Chrysler Hemi with a supercharger blower, and the driver set's in the back on the right side. And let's see if I can find some other pictures of this thing. Yeah, there it is. Big aluminum nose on it. Keep it on the ground. And they went 250 miles an hour in this. I don't know what class it was, but she says GK Engineering, which is Gordy Keck, and Smeltzer. Back on the back it says Keck and Smeltzer. Let's see. I have some more pictures of this. Yeah, there it is at a car show.
Man, is that low to the ground.
Corvair wagon, if you can believe that. Let's see, where is it? In here.
Pitt likes the Winnebago. Heck yeah. That looks like something Junkyard Diggs would take to Dega.
And then Shadowman says CCC class. Okay, that's what it is, but I don't know what that means. But anyway, this is probably in the late 70s. This car's probably long gone, but it's when I had my first radiator shop, and they brought it by there on a trailer, so I saw it. Kind of a crazy looking thing. I thought that was really cool back then. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of that. Oh, now I'm back to these. Okay. I knew I'd find them. Buddy Carfano has one here. It says for Mexican spec. I'm going to see what that is.
Buddy Carfano asks, do you need to be brave or stupid to drive that thing at high speeds? Well, we would hope not stupid.
There's a lot to that. You prepare all year and you go out there and run in the speed week. Okay, this is Buddy Carfano says for Mexican spec. 96 Dodge Trail Charger. Shadowman says both.
That tailgate is nothing, like, it doesn't even seem like it fits right onto the vehicle. If you look at it in this picture beside you, it doesn't look right. It's definitely some kind of customized.
Okay, well, we're in here about an hour and 45 minutes, and everybody from Kiwi that's coming over has probably come over. We've got a pretty good crowd in here. Normally Thursday and Saturday night we have live shows from the shop. We have some family stuff going on. We might do that, but probably not. We're probably going to miss.
Probably not.
We're probably going to miss a couple of nights of lives, but we'll be back at some point. So
and we'll have more information
we'll have more. Yeah, as time goes on, I'll probably put some shorts up or something. But I want everybody to know there's going to be a couple of nights.
We got to take a couple nights off.
We got to take a couple of nights off, and I want everybody to know that
everything's okay.
Everything's okay. That's right. But sometimes there's things that have to be done.
Buddy says it tailgate looks like a Ford. It does. It kind of looks like maybe.
Oh, here you go, Kim. Here you go. Here you go.
19. That looks
like
a lot like the one sitting out in the yard. The one sitting out in the yard is green, but it has all the plastic around the bottom like that.
Has those
rack like that.
Has those lights down low like that.
It does, yeah. And the lean to the back window. Excuse me, it has a different grill than that one, but it's because it's a slightly different year. It's 97 or 98 or something like that. Mexican Spec says it looks like a Bronco 2. Yeah, it kind of does look like the tailgate from a Bronco 2. Valfly says he is stuffed full of meatloaf and he's going to go to sleep. So thanks for being here.
Okay.
Braden sent some more concept
There
cars.
are a lot of emails right now, and I'm trying to get through them.
Okay, that's a Saab. 1996. Thank you. See, look at this. We're getting variety now.
This is from Buddy Carfano.
That's a little more rounded and sporty than the Saabs of the earlier years. Less like a Saab, but still, if somebody told you that it's a Saab, it's not a surprise at all.
Oh, here's another. I forgot about these things, Buddy Carfano. Or Buddy Carfano.
That is a really sporty roadster. I mean, that looks like it would go toe to toe and just put a smackdown on like a Mazda Miata. We saw a Mazda Miata today in the parking lot.
That guy, that was a fairly new one. We talked to the guy a little bit too. We should have got some pictures. I didn't get pictures.
We'll be going through Kim and Buffwitz are all. Well, I'll make sure to make some videos because we will have some time to do. We'll find some time.
We'll at least get some shorts or some videos or something.
Yeah.
But I know we've just got conflicts with time and so forth.
It doesn't make sense, guys. We'll be all over the place. And we're definitely not going to be able to be working in the shop. So you guys, we're letting you know ahead of time so you guys, and I will remind you to put up like a community post on those nights that we're not going to be up so people can remember why we're not up, because sometimes other people don't.
What's Braden right there?
The BMW look like a capybara? Kind of does.
Uh-huh.
Oh, what does Braden say?
You read it. I'm trying to make sense out of it.
Buff and Kim, have it your way. Thank you.
Then he says something more.
Oh. They're going on a trip in their favorite rocket ship, zooming through the sky.
Oh, I see.
Little Einsteins, but he changed it.
He changed it.
And we're going to get copyright strike if I keep singing.
No, yeah, don't do that. Okay, so 96 Saturn. I remember these things. Air probably flows around those things pretty nicely.
Yeah.
Hippie Lung just got here. Good evening.
Those were neat because there was like no transmission tunnel on those cars. It was so weird. You got into it and they're just like flat floor.
Who else sent pictures? You know what? Braden, I didn't get any more from you. What's going on? You said you sent more and they're not here. Did you send them to the right place?
I don't know. Keep looking.
Here's one of these. I had many of these kind of wagons.
That's an 86, isn't it?
Yeah, that says it. No, it says 96. That was the very last of the Cutlass Sierras.
Oh, wow. Look how old-fashioned it looks compared to some of these other cars.
Yeah, they'd already quit making the most of them. The Pontiac 6000s and the Chevy Celebrities and
That's the last of them, huh?
Buick
96.
Buick Century may have gone up to 96, may not have, but the Cutlass Sierra, yeah, that was probably the end of that. See, Shadowman says, I looked through the rule book and I think the CCC class doesn't exist anymore. The first C meant C306cc 372.9 cc. I would assume the cc meant coupe carb. I don't know. I think it was a 300 cubic inch Chrysler Hemi, but it may have been 330. I don't remember. It's been a long time.
The old Hemi firepowers, I think, were 330.
And it had like a 671 blower on it, and it had that hole in the top was where there was a way to get in there. But anyway, I already put those pictures away.
I'm going to put up a different picture.
Okay, let me kill these. I'll just take them away while you're doing that. Okay.
96 Mazda Miata. The BMW made me think of the Mazda Miata. Very, very. We saw a Miata today. It was one of the new ones. What did he say? It was a 2017?
Well, yeah, I think it's new. 2017. It's 9 years old. But it was a...
So it was a different body than this. It was more like sharp to the corners and stuff. But it was a little and low,
Turbocharged
and
car.
it had a hard top,
The put away,
removable hard
yeah,
top.
hard top that folds, and it was
Pretty wild.
it was a.
But these Miatas, they're very much loved.
Oh, here we go. Braden, your stuff just showed up. Okay, I'll be downloading this. Oh yeah, these are old concept cars, but they're concept cars. There's a couple of them I'm aware of.
That's silly.
Yeah, Hippie Long says most race car in history now overtook by the MGB. You know, there's a kit called the Monster Miata kit to put a small block Ford in the Miata, and it's supposed to take a weekend for the average mechanic. Take a weekend, but I don't think you do it in a weekend. But it's a full kit to put a small block Ford in one. Might be kind of heavy up front. I don't
People
know.
like these. They do this camber thing with the stance, and they drift them and all kinds of stuff. These are uber popular. All right, what do you got the next picture?
Next picture is from. I'll find my cursor. It might be. I'm struggling to find it. There it is. Braden. Oops, that one. Braden sent this in. That is what was called the first time they called it a Mustang 2 was the I just know what this is. See, that's from 1963, prior to the Mustang actually coming out. There was a model of this thing. I remember that. And that is the Ford Aurora, which was a fancy station wagon that had all kinds of stuff in it, including a moving map that was a mechanical moving map. But this was at the 64 New York World's Fair. I remember that.
Mostly Mopar said he sent 3 or 4 emails of stuff if they went to the right place.
Okay, I will look again in a minute. I'm looking at this right now. Okay. It's a 64. I don't know what. I don't think that's a concept. But
Tim says he saw a burgundy Cybertruck today. It looked strange. I saw a Cybertruck today too, but it was just stainless.
Hey, John Wilburn.
They wrap a lot of those Cybertrucks because I think they get stained if they get wet. So you might as well put something over.
This thing is not very well.
Welcome in, John.
So I remember seeing this, but I don't remember what it is. But yeah, it's Braden sent it in. Many moons ago, I remember that. And there's that 60 Ford. I don't think that's a concept car. Somebody put a bubble top on a 1960 Ford. And that could very well be a concept car. Yeah, it says Ford styling. And that is prior to 1960, apparently. Because the 60 had those fins on it, but the taillights and everything were completely different. And that's the end of that. Okay. Oh, and John Woodman said he saw a Cybertruck wrapped in red. There's a couple of them running around here that are wrapped in black.
Yeah, I've seen the black one, and I saw one that had like all this lettering on it, like somebody's real estate company had it. So yeah, I mean they're getting out there. The prices have dropped, and this is a pretty well-to-do town. So if people want them, they can get them.
This city's big enough that there's
a little of everything.
There's a little everything, but there's a college here. There's a big university here, and the big military base, and tire manufacturing. Who's that? Hankook tire manufacturing.
Yeah.
And Budweiser beer place, factory, whatever you call it.
Yeah, and train
brewery,
heating and cooling.
And train heating and cooling. Yeah, there's a lot going on here. So
and the college and everything, yeah. Shadow Man says there's a chrome pink Cybertruck around him, and it's a violation to his eyes.
Who else?
Well, people want to make a statement.
Oh, mostly Mopar. I sent 3 or 4 emails of stuff if they went to the right place. I have not seen them. So maybe they didn't go to the right place. This is also from Braden. I think he says these are 96 concepts.
That could be a 96 concept. Yeah, I could see that. It looks more like AI, but honestly, that could be concept designs, drawings. That's a Ford.
I think that's, yeah, it could be. I
It's
think
got a
that's,
blue oval right above your head.
but yeah, but I think that's newer than 96, but I don't know. Whatever the heck that is, it has a Renault, which an American would call a Renault. Renault logo on it, but I had never seen that before. Kind of interesting looking.
Hippie Long says Cybertrucks seem stupidly big. I mean, they're big like all the trucks that are out now. I mean, all the full-size trucks are huge. You know, they a Ford or a
This
Chevy,
looks like a toy.
they're huge. That does look like a toy. I think that's what it is.
Okay, well,
Although there's full-size people beside it, so I don't know what the
so
what the
this
deal
is
with
something
that.
else he sent.
That's a 1990 special edition Mopar 96 calendar.
Oh, so that's got a bunch of concepts and stuff in it. Okay, so what else have I got here?
That's kind of neat.
I don't have.
Josh Homan says, I just saw my first Cybertruck yesterday. It was black. Just saw a first one? Where do you. Huh. Yeah, I mean, they're around now. You see it. John Wilburn says that the local HVAC place has a Cybertruck that's wrapped in their logo and such. Yeah, I mean, there's lots of flat surfaces to put logos on, I guess.
Buddy Carfile, there's
It's
a
like a-
pink wrapped Lamborghini in my
It's like
neighborhood.
putting your logo on the side of a dumpster, but okay.
And Kevin Smith is here. Good evening.
Buddy Carfano, pink. Oh, you already said pink wrapped Lamborghini. Oh, there's the Chrysler Town and Country 96. Yep. The mainstay of American soccer moms everywhere. And yard sailors.
And here's one that Buddy Carfano sent in. It is that's really small.
The Astro.
The Chevrolet version. Yeah, you might make it bigger. I don't know. Yeah, that sort of bigger.
Yeah. Those are good. A lot of those had the 4.3 V6.
And then the
That's
Ford
very
version, which
economical and useful van.
Ford is the Aerostar.
The Aerostar has
Man.
the same drivetrain as like my Bronco 2.
I had one of these in a used car lot. That was a
this
real
is probably
piece of
really-
crap. It was just rusty Ohio car, but it had a 4.0, and it didn't run when we got it. We got it for next to nothing. My partner bought it. It's like, what'd you buy that for? This piece of shit. So anyway, I got it running, and I was surprised how quick it was. And some guy from California bought it. He came all the way out to Ohio to get it, and it was 4-wheel drive. And he goes, I got it for the drivetrain. He goes, I don't care about the body. And he came out in a truck and took it all the way back to California. And we actually made money on it. It was like unbelievable. We shouldn't have made money on that. Astrovan was really cool vans. Bulletproof 4.3. I had an Astrovan for probably a year. And I used that. It had a hitch on it. And I used it to go to the auctions and put a tow dolly and bring cars back from the auctions, which is about an hour drive. I ran that Astrovan with a 4.3, and I didn't think it would be quick, but it had no problem pulling another car behind it 70 miles an hour. No problem at all.
If you didn't need a full-sized Chevy van, Astro vans were excellent. People ran them. The workforce used the heck out of those Astro vans. Lots of people ran small businesses with them, and towed them around, towed things around with them, and just worked the heck out of them.
Braden sent a whole huge bunch of snowmobiles, so I'm probably not going to show those. Sorry, man. Well, it's white 67 Shelby GT500 in my neighborhood. Man, I remember those things.
Astro is a doggy name, says Hippie Long. That's true. In the Jetsons, the dog's name was Astro.
We've been here 2 hours.
It's a space name. Kevin says he had 3 Astro vans. Every one was great burnouts all day long. Oh, yeah. Well, all the weight's in the front. Vans are typically like that.
Look at all those 96 Chrysler cars. including a,
What's that oddball yellow one up above my head?
don't know, probably some kind of,
Hideous mistake.
mistake.
And then look at the one over beside the Viper that's got 4 wheels in the back. The 6-wheel one.
I don't see it. I'm looking.
Right below the C in calendar. There's like a van.
Oh, that direction. Not like a dually, like in line. Oh yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, I would have thought that that was AI if I didn't see it on this calendar page. That's some weird stuff. They were doing some experiments. They were trying to break new ground.
And right next to my shoulder is one of those, probably the concept before the, what's
Plymouth?
it? Yeah, Plymouth Prowler.
Oh, that might have been was still in the concept phase. What year did the Prowler come out?
I don't remember. Well, it was a Plymouth Prowler, and at some point Plymouth was gone, 2000 maybe, and it became a Chrysler Prowler.
Mexican Spec says he's going to post an Aerostar, but it has a 5-speed manual.
Oh man. Okay, we got more people in here. I'm noticing the population in here going up. The next 2 lives that we normally do on Thursday and Saturday, we have some family things to do, and we're not going to be doing them. But we'll try to get some videos put up. So I want everybody to know that.
Taking a couple days off.
Yeah,
No
Hippie Long
worries.
says Viper, 30 years old. Holy smokes. That's right. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
That seems like a new car to me. It really does.
If you think
Well, and
about
there've been several generations of that thing. Okay, we've got a yellow line coming.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, we'll let it go. Okay.
Most people have already gotten a lot of commercials. I don't think they'll get more.
Okay.
Here is the 96 Mazda RX-7. This is before they come out with the RX-8. Man, does that look like a futuristic supercar. That's if you were bank, have money, and you were like, I'm going to drive a Miata. I'm going to drive an RX-7. It's pretty amazing. Pretty neat looking cars. I always thought the
Okay,
rotary
Brayden
engine.
keeps sending me pictures of motorcycles and snowmobiles and stuff.
Okay,
I don't want to show all that, and all kinds of weird vehicles. Okay, so let's see here. I'm going to. There's something I wanted to show because nobody was. A lot of people here since I showed this.
Okay.
This was stuff that I showed back in the beginning. Cars that I like. I gotta find it. This is a car that I like from '96. That's a Acura NSX, which looks kind of like a Ferrari, but that's an Acura. I think that was a pretty nice car. And then where's another one? I had it here. Now I lost it.
It costs the price of a supermarket, says Hippie Long. Oh yeah, you don't buy cars like that because you care about money.
Maybe somebody else sent it in. Maybe it wasn't me that. I think it was somebody else that sent it in. Oh, I don't know. I lost it. Can you believe that? I lost the picture I wanted to show.
Mexican Spec says it's too much work to find the pictures, but picture a 1996 Nissan hardbody 4-door crew cab. It's amazing, but I can find the pictures.
Yeah, I don't know. It's probably. I placed it. Okay, you were going to show some stuff from your screen.
Yeah, Mexican Spec wanted to show one of these.
Oh, the hard body. Is that what she said or you said? Yeah, it's the one they call the Nissan hard body. I like those things. Those are pretty nice truck.
Barrow says Mazda's RXs are like driving a dirt bike with four wheels. Well, yeah. Isn't that sound like fun?
Tim says, running low on energy. Time to call it a night. Have a good time with family. We will. We just got. Sometimes we just got to take a break for this for a couple of times. So, but we'll be back. Don't worry, we'll be back. Kevin would love another cargo Astrovan to fix up the way I want it. The Astrovan I got it at an auction, and it was a really good deal. And I was a little bit afraid of it because it had a lot of miles on it. But I got it, and it was actually a van conversion. It had a bed in the back, one of those ones that's electric that goes like this, and it's some captain's chairs in the back. But I didn't care. I used it for a tow vehicle. I don't know if anybody ever rode back there. It was just a good tow vehicle. Barrows, racing a Mazda rotary made me appreciate a big block 4. A little more torque, huh?
Oh yeah, torque. I don't think they have them. They ain't got them.
Shout out, I want to get one of those Toyota pickup trucks. I think they are T100 or D100. Maybe you can look that up.
They were very desirable.
Oh, Mexican Spec has put a link up to something on Marketplace.
Yeah, everybody wanted one of these. This isn't the best year for them.
96.
I don't think this is the best year for them, but they're good trucks.
Kevin Smith says, my 93 Astra had 350,000 miles on it, and it was a great runner. Yeah, I think mine had a little over 100,000 on it. I used it as a tow vehicle for like a year or more, and then I sold it. Made money on it, so it wasn't a bad deal for me. Can you click on Mexican Specs, see what's going on there?
No, that's against the law.
Are you sure? Oh, this is a Mexican car. This is Mexican.
It's a Nissan.
Marketplace. Is that wood on the door? Yeah.
It sure is. Manual transmission. That's kind of nice. It's kind of nice. Nissan Bronco. Is that the same one Mexican Spec, or are those two different ones?
Well, click it, see what you got. It doesn't click. There it is. Oh, it is a different. That's a hard body. That's a 4-door hard body. Never seen that before. Mexican.
Mm-hmm.
Those big wheels sticking out.
Mm-hmm. Gotta have big wheels.
Kevin Smith, my film never got developed, so lost photos. What?
Aww.
I have a friend in the Air Force. He worked on if you don't even know what KC-135 is, it's a big 4-engine airplane that they refuel other airplanes with it. In fact, his old airplane from 50 years ago is still flying because we looked it up and it's still flying. So it was a Q model KC, which refueled the SR-71s. So it carried a special fuel. So he went to, I think he went to Spain. This is back in the 70s. And going across the Atlantic, they were refueling SR-71s. And he was back in the boom pod, and he took all these great pictures of the SR-71 and, when they're refueling them. And he screwed up and left his rolls of film in a drawer. in the hotel in England or in Spain, and he was so upset with himself that he lost all those pictures because you're just not going to get those again, you know.
Josh Homan says, according to the description, the engine is only 0.2 liters. That's correct, Josh Homan. It has a very tiny engine.
What is that?
It's a misprint.
Oh, I
Josh
guess so.
Homan is making it into an issue. Mexican Spec says they want a lot for those trucks. Well, people like them. Maybe they don't really want to sell it.
Oh, Barrow says a tip for anyone thinking about a rotary: run two-stroke oil with the fuel. Keeps the plugs from fouling because they are designed to burn oil. Well, you know, they've got a little extra oil pump there. When you open the throttle way up, it injects some. Well, the ones RX2s, RX3s, RX4s back in the 70s, before anything was fuel injected, when you open the throttle up almost wide open, that pump would start pumping some oil in the somewhere up by the carburetor. Anyway, it would do that. But yeah, running some two-stroke oil that might help. I don't know.
People can't be bothered to do things like mix the oil with the gasoline.
Shadowman says Encoy. I don't know what Encoy is.
Mm.
Okay, Kent. How long are we going to continue here? We've been here over 2 hours.
Okay. We had a busy day.
We had a busy day.
And we have a lot on our plate. We'll keep in touch. We'll make some posts. We'll make some shorts. We'll make some videos. But we're probably not going to be live in the shop this week.
Check the posts, because that's a way to communicate. And we'll put some shorts up or some videos or something. But just the timing doesn't work for lives for the next rest of the week. So make a head scratcher. How do you get 200 horsepower out of 2 liters with a big turbocharger and you use nitrous? I don't know. I don't think you can.
Nitromethane and turbo and
Daniel Morrissey says
titanium.
Night, sleep well. Oh, we're sure gonna try.
It's a mystery. You have to buy the truck to find out. That's right, Mexican Spec. Where's your sense of adventure?
Kim looks like she's just getting started. She might be. I'm tired. I am
But
whooped.
I have other things to do. We have a lot going on.
I am whooped.
Yeah. We had a busy day, but we got tires today. And we ran a bunch of errands. What was the other errand we had to run for you?
We retired.
We had to go to the insurance company.
Sure. We had
and the grocery store.
We ran all over. We ran all over. Okay, so when we wrap it up, everybody starts leaving, so I'm not going to keep talking.
Okay, everyone. Thanks for being here. You've made it to the end. You get an additional 3 points. Thanks for hanging out with us. Thank you so much to everyone who has become a member of the channel. That's really helping us plan for the future. And it feels really good to get that kind of support. We are...
And Buddy Carfano wants to go 56 next Tuesday. We will consider that. But I'm ready to shut down. I'm beat. I gotta go put my head down.
Okay. Thanks all. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks for all the emails and photos. We love it. We'll see you next time.
Good night.